Hey guys, and welcome. With Halo Infinite just being around the corner, I thought it'd be fitting to make a video on Halo Infinite's biggest mystery so far, Cortana. Now, for those that are up to date with the franchise and where the campaign is at the moment, you guys probably already know who Cortana is, but for those that don't or are not up to date with the campaign or have never really played Halo before, I would really recommend watching this video and familiarizing yourself with the character Cortana, because I have a feeling she's going to play a massive role in Halo Infinite's campaign. Now, of course, we've already had a lot of people playing the campaign, from selected influencers or YouTubers to gaming outlets, and a lot of these guys have said that essentially Halo Infinite's campaign tailors more to the player that has played and experienced the campaigns previously and has prior knowledge to the characters and the way the world works. And that sort of recap, if you will, isn't present in Halo Infinite as much as what people would potentially like. So a lot of the characters that are well known from the first game, which came out in, of course, 2001, may be a bit of a mystery to a lot of the other people that have not played this game or franchise as of yet. So, of course, this is what the reason for this video is, and I might go through a lot of the different characters and do backstories on them, just so it gives you guys some familiarities on what these characters are, what they do, and what their purpose is in the world and the universe of Halo. So in this video, we're going to be going into detail around Cortana, who she is, and why she plays such a huge part in Halo and in the Infinite campaign. I hope you do go on to enjoy this video, and I hope you do learn something new from it. If you do, make sure you do drop a like down below, be much appreciated, and of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because we're doing a lot more of these, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun in general. So guys, let's waste no more time, let's get straight into it. So to start with in this video, I wanted to go over what Cortana is and why she is such a big part of Halo and the Master Chief's journey. Now, Cortana is an AI in the game which accompanies the Master Chief from the very first game all the way through the rest of the games as well, and is essentially your companion going through each gunfight and helps you get through and tackle all objectives and solve puzzles and mysteries around the different Halo rings. Now, in the Halo universe, there are two types of AIs, one of them being a dumb AI and one of them being a smart AI. Now, a dumb AI won't be able to complete tasks on its own accord and is limited in its knowledge and what it can do. So for an example, you might have an AI which may be able to open a door for you, or an AI to go and retrieve a specific thing. However, outside of that one particular command, it's unable to take its own initiative and do other things you ask it to do. It's only programmed to do one thing, and that dumb AI can do that one particular thing until the hardware gives in and the AI cannot operate any further. Now, going on to what a smart AI is. A smart AI is created by scanning and replicating the neural pathways of a human brain. Smart AIs can actively learn from and adapt to situations and events. This is especially apparent with Cortana, an AI partnered with a Spartan to help overcome situations of crisis and provide knowledge that you might not have already known. Alongside this, taking on new knowledge to further help your tasks and help you solve those problems you come across in the stories and the campaign of the Halo games. Now, a smart AI's life expectancy is around 7 years, and anything past this could see the AI develop rampancy or malfunctioning.
Something was wrong even before we left the Dawn.
Chief? Really? I'm fine.
Cortana.
I was put into service 8 years ago.
8 years.
AIs deteriorate after 7, Chief.
When rampancy is identified in a smart AI, the AI will be euthanized in a process referred to as final dispensation. Now, it was important to get that across to you at the start of the video so you can understand the power that Cortana has in this story. Cortana, of course, is a smart AI, and she was created by someone called Dr. Catherine Halsey. Now, the way that Cortana was created by Dr. Catherine Halsey was that she actually cloned her own brain around 20 times, breaking multiple UNSC military regulations, and if it was found out, would probably be imprisoned for her actions at the time. Dr. Halsey was given multiple different test subjects to be able to do this work on, but none of them really fit the mark. So she decided to do it herself, which is fair enough. Now, when someone does clone their own neural pathway into an AI, this also means that all memories and prior knowledge to that person will of course be transferred over within that AI as well. So the really interesting fact was that when Cortana was created and first spoke her first words, it was actually her speaking a quote that her mother had said to her when actually beating her in a chess match decades prior to that current moment. Cortana was also able to choose her own appearance. To the delight of Dr. Halsey, she chose a simple human appearance as her avatar, and she was so advanced, she actually even picked her own name, obviously Cortana. So, to summarize, Cortana was created by Dr. Catherine Halsey to help fight against the Covenant. No candidates that she works with ever fit the bill for this, so she decided to duplicate her own neural brain pathways, and after the brain transfer was complete, after 7 long weeks, Cortana was born. Once the creation process was complete, Halsey needed to get Cortana off of Reach, where she was currently set up and based. If the Covenant got a hold of Cortana, they could learn about all weaponry, defenses, and of course Earth. It was imperative that she was evacuated immediately. So Dr. Catherine Halsey called on a team of Spartans called Noble Team to escort Cortana off Reach, and onto the Pillar of Autumn with Captain Keyes to eventually be paired up with the Master Chief. Now, from a long period of time trying to find Cortana, and then of course escort her off of Reach, the escort mission had finally completed, and Cortana was safe aboard the Pillar of Autumn. Although, not long after their escape, she identified a Covenant fleet following the Pillar of Autumn from the planet Reach. And of course, this was where the Chief and Cortana first paired together and began their journey. It's also important to note something I didn't actually mention was that Cortana actually was given the ability to choose her own Spartan. And of course, for Dr. Halsey's love towards John, or Spartan 117, the Master Chief, this is why she chose John. And yeah, just a really interesting story to put out there as well. From this point, Cortana was a staple in the Halo franchise and is loved by everyone who is a competent Halo fan. From her witty comments to her array of knowledge, she really is the icing on the cake and really does help counter the Chief's serious tone nicely. Throughout the first game, you and Cortana are with each other every step of the way, starting and ending your journey on the Halo ring. Chief and Cortana's mission was to destroy Halo. This was the objective of the end of the game, and this is what they were successfully able to do. This is also very similar to the second game. You're both together from start to finish. However, Halo 2 has a slight twist. At the end of the campaign, Cortana is left aboard the flood-infested High Charity, where she is left with the Gravemind picking away at her every chance it gets. As a smart AI, they're addicted to learning new information. It's like a high for them, or some form of drug. The Gravemind would consistently lead Cortana down different informational rabbit holes, and she would unresistingly follow to find out more. The eventual overload of data made Cortana weak, resulting in her to not act her normal self. Within the third game, you pretty much played the whole time without her, which is a first for the Halo franchise at the time. Just the Chief, Arbiter Johnson, and the Marines. In one of the missions, Chief infiltrates the flood-infested High Charity to save Cortana, and when he finally reaches her, she was, as he feared, weaker than ever.
You found me. But so much of me is wrong. Out of place. You might be too late.
Throughout the campaign, Cortana would show signs of malfunction, and this occurred multiple times throughout the third game. Of course, at the end of Halo 3, Chief, Cortana, and the Arbiter successfully destroy the Halo ring and race aboard a ship waiting for them to depart. As they were about to enter split space, only half of the ship made it through, whilst the other half left to float in space waiting to be rescued. The Chief entered cryosleep, and Cortana was told to wake him if she needs him. 4 years later from this point, that very thing happened. Cortana detected infiltration on their side of the floating ship. The Chief was woken from his long sleep, and the two were paired together again. Throughout the first part of the story, you notice Cortana isn't really herself. You begin to notice signs of malfunction, and she just seems really distressed. It was at this point that you learn that Cortana has been active for around 8 years from now, and a smart AI's rampancy begins after 7. The Chief wanted to take Cortana to Dr. Halsey to see if there was anything she could do to prolong her lifespan. Throughout Halo 4's story, that was the goal you had in mind, but unfortunately it never came to fruition. Cortana's fear throughout the campaign was that Chief would be paired with another AI. This was an emotional conversation between the two characters, and it really did make you think, could she really be over?
They'll pair you with another AI. Maybe even another Cortana model if Halsey lets them.
That's not going to happen.
It won't be me. You know that, right?
Halsey.
Chief.
We need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made you. She can fix you.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
At the end of Halo 4, the Chief tries to sacrifice himself by detonating a mine to stop the Didact from wiping out the galaxy from human life, using a device called the Composer. And just before the blast could kill him, Cortana transported John off the ship to protect him in a hard light box. She also projected her avatar as a human-sized hard light construct, allowing her to face John and touch him for the first time. After playing this and experiencing for the first time, everyone thought that this was the end of Cortana. She has sacrificed herself to save John, and that was the end of her legacy in Halo. That was until a fan favorite game, Halo 5, came around. At the game, you only play as the Chief for like 4 missions, but you do not have Cortana by your side. Obviously, because at the end of Halo 4, she has now sacrificed herself to save John's life. However, throughout the campaign, Chief has visions of Cortana in human-sized form, similar to what he had seen at the end of Halo 4. Throughout this entire process, the Chief was becoming more and more apparent and aware around Cortana's attempts to try and manipulate him psychologically. Later on in the campaign, they actually met each other face to face again. Of course, the Chief absolutely bewildered of how Cortana is still alive and how she is still within human-sized form. Well, within Halo 4, Cortana was actually placed inside something called the Domain, which gave her complete access to pretty much everything she ever needed to know. This has now given her the power to exist, and that rampancy will not really affect her. Cortana insisted that the entire galaxy would know peace, and once she had attained the mantle, despite the Chief's counterpoint, that she would never achieve peace by ruling through fear. Certain that the Chief now stood against her, Cortana forcefully imprisoned him and Blue Team within a cryptum, intending to keep them there for tens of thousands of years until her power would be consolidated and she could show them what her peace had wrote. Cortana then disappeared and began to prepare for slip space travel. Fire Team Osiris, which of course had Sergeant Locke from the forefront, saved the Master Chief and the Blue Team and got them out of this cryptum. They then proceeded to escape to the planet Sanghelios, which is where the Arbiter was based along with his team, and they met up with Dr. Catherine Halsey, and yeah, it was just a really cool reunion. Cortana's plan was to convince all of the smart AIs of her plan, and turn them all against the humans. There's one smart AI on the Infinity called Roland. Roland was essentially with the humans the entire way, and he was committed to being by their side. Cortana found the Infinity finally, and was preparing to fire a Guardian to wipe out all communications completely. Essentially one big EMP to take out all electrical communications around the world and in that part of the galaxy. As Cortana had found them, they ordered the Infinity to go straight into slip space and get the hell out of there. Because if the Guardian would have fired when they were there, they would have stood absolutely no chance. Luckily, the Infinity managed to escape in split space just as the Guardian had fired. And of course, this leaves us with today. As of now, we don't know what happened to Cortana after that. Cortana had pierced the Domain and had a huge amount of power. Within Infinite, the goal is to find Cortana and deactivate her. This is done by the Master Chief and your new assistant called the Weapon. If you guys want me to do a video around the Weapon, do let me know. I would love to cover that as well. But that's it really. Where we came from and where we are right now. The Chief and Cortana are a love story which faded away. And I'm hoping that in Halo Infinite we can rekindle that love for both of the characters and see them fight the same battle again, rather than against one another. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you guys go on and drop it a like. It'd be much appreciated. And of course, make sure you are subscribed for more content coming. But guys, have a good day. Speak to you all soon.